So we're here, not backstage, but in a stairwell at South by Southwest, and we're here with Gauss, a really cool startup, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves since we have a big band here. So go ahead and tell us what you do at Gauss.
All right, my name is Peter Anderson. I'm co-founding CEO of Gauss The People Magnet, and I do sort of context and marketing and product and UI design and everything in between. That's my sort of job. You could call me sort of the product lead, the product visionary of the team.
Who's next?
Hi, I'm Kit Blake. I'm based in the Netherlands, part of the startup Gauss in Cologne. I'm responsible for operations, team building, managing growth, and working together on a daily basis with this wonderful crew.
Hi, I'm Arne. I'm living in Cologne, and I'm sort of the CTO of the company and programming the front end and parts of the back end and coordinating stuff.
Hi, I'm Christoph. I'm advisor at Gauss, and I try to arrange partnerships and new possibilities. And I, for example, research events like South by Southwest. So this is what I do for Gauss.
He's actually our brain down here. I mean, he got us all the contacts, all of the deals. He's just working the floors. He's got all of the apps. All the latest apps just to coordinate who we should be meeting to, where we should be going, and he would just message us, and we're actually working for him.
That's kind of true.
We're robots.
He's our cutting.
That's good. You listen to your advisor. That's a real good trait in a CEO, right? So let's talk about Gauss. What is Gauss? Give us your pitch.
All right. Gauss is a social discovery mobile app. And it sounds to be, you probably heard it before, social discovery, right? It's all the rage right now. But we actually at Gauss enable you to discover people that are new and relevant to you, not just the existing contacts and existing friends that you already know that surround you with that. And as opposed to other social discovery apps, we actually also enables you to be in control of your social discovery experience. That is to say, we allow you to define your search criteria, like what kind of people you would actually like to discover. And you can put that into our app. It's like a people magnet for your pocket. You put it in there, put it back in your pocket, and it works around in the background wherever you go, wherever you are. And only when we discover those kinds of people that you told Gauss that you would like to discover, we send you a push notification. We only interrupt you because you told us already that it's okay to be interrupted when we find these kinds of people. And you open the app, you'll see like a scorecard of why we interrupted you, what you have in common, which friends you have in common, which interests you have in common, what criteria that actually triggered this match. And you can also see where they are, if they have publicly opted in to use Foursquare, Twitter, or Facebook to publish that information. That is to say, we can also find people outside of the app. We don't have the first user problem. There's actually people found if you're the only user of Gauss in the world. So what we do, we provide you with a scorecard so you can actually see how they're relevant to you and how you actually said to us that you want to find these kinds of people. And you can browse and traverse all their profiles that we can find, Foursquare, if you can find it, Twitter, Foursquare, Twitter, and Facebook. And we don't want to change your behavior. I mean, if you like Facebook, you should be doing Facebook. You should be sending them messages, you should be adding them as a friend or whatever. You should also be able to sort of use that pattern recognition if you have that. If you use Facebook, you're pretty good already, I guess, at spotting the douchebags or on Twitter. Sorry about the language. But
Okay.
the thing is, we enable you to do what you're already doing. We don't want to try to force you to use a sort of a weird new chat or messaging system or new social network. I mean, you just connect with the social networks that you like and use, and we let you use them also within our app. And if you like what you see, you can actually also say, just click a button and it's like, I suggest a meetup. You tweet out on your behalf to that person. That person don't have to have the app. He gets the tweet mention. He can see, I'm around, I have 20 contacts in common with you, 14 interests, and I'm around here right now, and I found you with Gauss, so maybe we should meet up. I think that'd be a good idea. Here's how. There's a link. He opens the link. A web app opens. He gets the information about what Gauss actually is. It's not scary. It's not dangerous. It's not going to eat all your address books. So the thing is, if he accepts, think it's a good idea to proceed, this looks interesting, safe and fun, he clicks it, and then we ask, are you really you? Because we only want to make sure that the recipient is the guy who's actually able to open it. And he gets the exact same app in a web interface. That is to say, if an Android, if a Nokia phone or whatever, you can actually see the guy, the other side, with exactly the same scorecard, exactly the same social profiles, and you can make up your own mind that if the guy that found you is an interesting person, and you can opt in to meet up. If you do opt in to meet up, you are actually presented with a map where you can actually see where you're supposed to go, just near you, a corner or a coffee shop, and you have the possibility, which, I mean, we're at South by here, now there's no more people here, but if you go through that door, there's 1 million people, and it's very hard to actually meet up with people you don't know, right? We have all sorts of weird profile pictures, they may be old, they may be wearing funny hats, and to find people in a crowded room, we actually went back in the time machine because we thought it couldn't be a new problem, right? So we actually brought back the carnations, the flowers on your jacket. That is to say, it's a funny little gimmick to break the ice and help you actually identify the person that you're supposed to meet up with, because you'll know when you see the carnation. In this case, it's a cute little cartoon of an animal. You know, if you see that, it's guaranteed that it's that person that you've opted into to meet up with. And also you can do this, if you're frivolous like me.
It's kind of like in the airport where you hold up a little sign.
Exactly,
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's only you two that knows that this is the match, and only you two knows why you're supposed to be showing this, right? So it breaks the ice, and you say, ah, that was funny, or a cheesy little animal, or whatever. But it also helps you find each other, right, faster. And if you want to be discreet about it, of course, you can just hold it down and it's right? And people who actually know, the only person who knows is the person that you're supposed to meet up with. So that's Gauss, the people magnet.
Well, it seems like you guys really thought it through, the experience, right? So that's the user interface, user experience part of it, which is what you say is like your niche, right? Your core competency is what I should say. Now, on the back end of it, is it something that you've developed as a proprietary software, or are you using other people's APIs to help you come up with such a great interface?
Should I take it? You want to take it?
I take the first of it.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, actually, we're building on APIs like Facebook, Twitter, and so on and so forth. But these guys are coming from the open source community, so we're kind of open source minded. So we don't want to have proprietary stuff
on the platform,
on the platform on the back end. And we also want to do, if we are developing ahead, we want to give it back to the community and set this stuff open source.
Yeah,
so you also want to develop an API for yourself so that other developers can build.
Absolutely. We had an idea from day one because we already knew that we were going to need it for our own purposes, and then we thought, well, we're going to discover how we can enable that API for our users so you can get your data out. We're going to be aggregating a lot of stuff horizontally over your social profiles, so maybe it would be cool if you could pull that data out and use it in other services, because I'm not too sure if Facebook or Google or whoever would actually be doing that for you, because obviously, and it's okay, they're focused on their business, so maybe we can sort of focus on what you can get out of all the things that you're doing already by aggregating it and giving it back to you.
Do you think that, I mean, it seems, you know, a lot of people are concerned about privacy, but
Absolutely.
it seems that people are more open to be open out there. And do you have any thoughts on what has brought on this whole social change of accepting that, hey, you can meet up with a stranger by using a tool like, you know, a piece of technology like Twitter or so forth?
I think there's a number of things that came together. We're not claiming that we have a new idea. It's not the idea here that's interesting, it's the execution, it's what we're doing. The technology is actually quite primitive, but it's working. The thing is, we had Facebook, and we had a long time where it's sort of the social graph, the whole identity problem wasn't really solved. There was a lot of good ideas, a lot of testing and trials, and then Facebook got established sort of with their open graph and the social graph. Then we had the problem with mobile platforms that wasn't really that useful until Apple came along and disrupted the whole game and said, well, we're going to make a great product, and it's going to have great software, it's going to do what the users want to do. And then it came with the GPS. I mean, that alone opened up a whole lot of things, and it was in the user's hands, not the telco's hands, how they want to use those things. Obviously also with the app ecosystem that Apple generated, and I think also the general acceptance by using stuff like Twitter, that it's okay to reach out to strangers and you can have sort of side benefits and great things happening by talking to random strangers, even though they're far away. I mean, I made a lot of really cool friends all over the world. Although I was based in Germany and my first language was English and a lot of German speaking around me, so in the beginning it was good to know that there's other people listening out there, although they were sort of strangers. And now I think we're sort of on the cusp of the next generation of stuff where it's going local, right? Twitter was sort of around anywhere, and still is. I love Twitter, I'm a real big Twitter fan. And I think we're now seeing that it's all coming together, it's getting more ripe. I mean, we have a lot of competition in our space, and I think that's very good, because at the end of the day, it's going to generate more choices for people. You're going to have more fun with what they're already doing. You're going to get more value out of what they're already doing, I hope. So I think it's a number of things. It's coming together in a sort of a similar trajectory that is going in the direction of being able to discover new, brilliant contacts that can be very relevant to you nearby. Using technology, basically. And it used to be anywhere, and now we have another relevance that is near you, because you can actually get face-to-face. And we believe that face-to-face interactions are very, very important. I mean, we're neurologically hardwired for this, right? Smell, touch, facial expressions. We react to that. I mean, the small part of our brain, what you call the sort of the lizard brain, actually knows if we're connecting with people, or if we have sort of a pattern recognition, if we want to sort of, if we have a feeling that this is a person that we could sort of hang out with and we could be a friend, and our conscious mind only knows much later. So I think we're pretty much hardwired for this, and one of the things with digital technology is that it can sort of alienate that. And that's something we're also trying to meet, and that's why we're trying to push this face-to-face aspect of things, actually getting in touch with people, actually meeting up with people.
Oh, and I know I could use that. I love that, you know. And I think that it is important. That's why everybody comes here every year at South by, you know, people like us, where we love the startup life, the startup culture, the startup entrepreneurship. We love new ideas. We come together, we listen to what each one is doing, and then we figure out how we can work together. It's a natural part of being human. And I think you guys have a nice extension of that, of ourselves, in an app that will allow you to continue to progress as, you know, business and as a person.
StartupLive.
StartupLive.